off. I've been starting deals, I've been making calls. No matter what it is, I'ma pay the cost. Why y'all make me sick, cause I know you lost. $1,000 trips, I've been taking off. $1,000 fits, and that's just the jaws. Rolling up again while I'm in the gym. Y'all can never focus, so you'll never win. Piece by piece, I've been stacking. Piece by piece, I've been stacking.
Yo, what's up YouTube? Back at you with another video on today. This is Raw Detroit. Make sure you hit that subscription button, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend to tell a friend that we're here, and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell as well, and hit the word all so that you'll be able to receive every notification that comes from the channel. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our installment. We're going to talk about Did Brad Holmes fail us on Davenport? Now, this is not a knock to Marcus Davenport, because Marcus Davenport is who he is. I mean, this has been his history of getting hurt. So we should not even be surprised that Marcus Davenport gets hurt in the second game of the season. What happened last season? The same thing. He got hurt in the second game of the season. And we've been talking about making sure that we build this defense around Aiden Hutchinson. That's what you should be doing. That's what Brad Holmes should be doing. You giving the offense everything, man. You giving Goff everything that he needs to have an elite offense. Why not give Aiden Hutchinson, who would be our quarterback of the defense, why not give him everything so that they can be successful? And why not give your new defensive coordinator, Calvin Shepard, the pieces that he needs to excel with this roster? Now, the biggest thing is we've been talking about this for so long, man, and you're talking about it until your nose bleed. We've been preaching and saying, hey, man, Marcus Davenport is not it. Marcus Davenport is not it. We telling you, Brad. And everybody's boosting him up in the camp, saying how well he's playing in the training camps and stuff like that. But you know, when the season comes, it's going to be a different outcome, and it's going to be a different story. It's going to be a different outcome and a different story in the regular season. And Marcus Davenport, you know, he's trying. And I understand that he's trying. He's trying to stay on the field. He's trying to prevent himself from getting hurt. But I just don't know, man. Some players are just injury prone. It just is what it is. But we've been talking about this for so long. Brad Holmes getting mad at the media, getting mad at the fans because we feel as though that the defense is not complete. This defense is not complete until we get another edge. You go into the draft, you're being cheap. You didn't take, instead of getting a run stopper or a nose guard that plays defensive tackle in Tyleik Williams, you should have walked away with an edge. That should have been the first pick in the draft, was an edge. You had every opportunity to go and get an edge. How we just went through all of those edges in the offseason and free agency and didn't get one. That was the first time in NFL history that I've ever seen in NFL history where it's this many defensive edges available to you. You never get this many defensive edges available, man. So I'm telling you guys, I've been preaching it, I've been saying it and talking about it so much, and it just don't make any sense. And I said, like, man, I hope this thing doesn't backfire on Brad Holmes. And guess what? If Davenport is gone for the season or for a long time, I'm telling you, man, he had every opportunity to grab Zadarius Smith. He had every opportunity to walk away with Jadeveon Clowney to help us. We just need help. You had every opportunity to walk away with the Matt Judon, who you guys talk with, and you didn't sign him. These dudes signed, Matt Judon signed for what, $3.5 million? Most of these dudes signed for like $3 million, man. And we can't pay a guy $3 million for 1 year. You knew that you was going to need a contingency plan put in place for Marcus Davenport. Shame on you, Brad. Shame on you. You knew. I mean, look what happened when we had Emmanuel Mosley, who we brought onto the team a couple years ago. He got hurt 2 times in a row, and I'm surprised that we didn't sign him for the third go-around. But it seems like Brad Holmes doesn't learn his lesson. Brad, you're only a few pieces away from really contending for the Super Bowl. And I'm not saying that this team that you have right now, that they can't go to the Super Bowl, because they can, just like any other team can. But at the same time, you had every opportunity to address the edge position, and you failed us. And I gotta admit it. I can't. We gotta hold Brad Holmes accountable. And there's nothing wrong with holding Brad Holmes accountable. He has done, let me say this for the record, Brad Holmes has done a wonderful job in Detroit. He has been the best GM that the Detroit Lions have ever had ever since I've been watching the Detroit Lions. But we still gotta hold him accountable, because we're not only just trying to win the NFC North, we want to win a Super Bowl. We want to go to the Super Bowl and win it. He had every opportunity in the offseason to address the edge position. You went through a gauntlet of rounds, all the way through round 1 through 7, and we walk away with the 6th round pick who is no longer a part of this team. And then they're telling us they're going to bring him back. For what? For what and why? We need somebody that is a legit edge that can play on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson. So that guy, if Aiden Hutchinson is getting double teamed, the other guy can beat his one-on-one matchups and go and get to the quarterback. That's what we need in Detroit. Why do we continue to play around with this position? I just don't know. I don't know for the life of me. Why? Every team in the NFL knows that the Lions need an edge. And then Howie Roseman got smart on us and said, okay, they want to keep playing this game with Zadarius Smith. All right, I'll take him. You're good on Zadarius Smith? All right, we'll take him over here. Even when they picked up Azeez Ojulari for $3 million, we could have paid. Azeez Ojulari is a young dude. He's a young guy that we could have put on our roster and signed him for a 1-year deal, $3 or $4 or $5 million or whatever. He got $3 million from the Eagles. Come on, Brad. We gotta hold you accountable, man. Yes, Brad has done a wonderful job, and I'm not here to bash Brad Holmes. I'm here to just say, man, we missed it. We missed the mark, man. We missed the mark, and that could cause us this season from doing the things that we need to do, because the only thing we really, truly needed to do is go and get an edge. That's what we need. That's why we keep preaching it. That's why people keep talking about it. We're talking about every edge on every other team except our team, because we know that this is important. You're watching the Super Bowl. Everybody's watching the Super Bowl. You see the blueprint that the Philadelphia Eagles showed you, that if you got a defensive front like they got, and they can get to the quarterback and rattle the cage of Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen or Joe Burrow or any of these quarterbacks that are top-notch quarterbacks, you can do some things in that Super Bowl. I'm telling you, man, this is important, guys. Having an edge is important. You just can't put any guy out there and think that that guy is just going to get the job done. You got to put somebody out there that can, for real, get to the quarterback. We're not just talking about a guy that gets a bunch of pressures. We're talking about a guy that can get to the quarterback. Smell the nasty, stinky breath of the quarterback. We need somebody that can do that. So yes, Brad Holmes failed us in this area of getting an edge rusher. Now the season is not over. Maybe he decides to trade for somebody, but leave it in the comment section, guys. What do you think Brad Holmes has really did with the edge position? Peace.